shit. We're really opening it up. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. Hold on. Get this here. I am your host, Carlito Santiago, and today we are going to be reviewing what went down on the very first Monday Night Raw of the new year. We are into 2026. And we have a little Stranger Things themed episode for you, of course. No stars. Like, none of the stars from the show showed up. It was like, what the fuck? Kind of a letdown. But if you guys haven't already, we're gonna turn this a little bit upside down, if you know what I mean. For anybody who's watched Stranger Things, go check it out on Netflix. All of the seasons, all of the episodes are there, all 45. And if you think that there's going to be a new episode coming out, don't hold back tears. Cry that it doesn't happen. I want you guys to cry. So, we're going to tell you what went down on the show as we had 3 title matches, and we're going to kick off with the very first one, the Women's Tag Team Championship match. The Kabuki Warriors defend the title against the best friends of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Fuck out of here. Anyway, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky sought to avenge months of torment at the hands of the Kabuki Warriors Monday night, challenging Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championships at the top of the broadcast. The challengers started hot, but the champions double-teamed Rhea on the floor, tossing her into the guardrail, and of course, seizing control of the bout. The Eradicator powered her way back into the match, though, and made the tag to Sky, who exploded into the match and sparked a babyface comeback. Double stomp to Sane to the back of Sky, or by Sane to the back of Sky, who was dropped over the top rope to regain the heels advantage and heading into the commercial break. Because when we came back, Sky was able to create enough separation to tag in Mommy, and Mommy unloaded. She went wild in Brooklyn. She turned Sane inside out with the Razor's Edge, and Sky delivered a missile dropkick for a very close near fall. Asuka halted the challenger's momentum, and the heels teed off on Ripley. They then nearly scored the win off of an insane elbow, but Sky broke it up. Moments later, Mommy downed the Empress of Tomorrow with a Riptide, and the Genius of the Sky added an over-the-moonsault for the wins and the titles, graded an A. And Sky paid homage to the newly retired Hiroshi Tanahashi. Enjoy retirement, Tanahashi. Corey Graves mentioned it on commentary. Very cool to see Ace mentioned on Raw. Very interesting. And this was pretty good. That near fall, I thought that was for a minute, I thought that was a botch when I was watching it. So, I honestly really thought there was more of a pace to this. Like, they were really trying to get each other out and going. Like, they were trying to really, like, navigate, like, okay, what's the next call? What's the next spot? You know, it felt like they were really calling spots here. But yeah, nonetheless, I mean, the right people won. Ripley and Sky, the new Women's Tag Team Champions. So, great. Hey. Gunther continues to cut a promo, and it's starting to fall. It's starting to fall a bit. You know, it's starting to fall. See, moments after the general manager Adam Pearce suggested Gunther show some respect in his promo tonight, and amid additional eyes on his huge night of Netflix action, the Ring General entered Barclays Center and immediately showed off his new Tap Like a Bitch t-shirt, immortalizing his victory over John Cena back on December 13th. Addressing the audience, Gunther asked where the respect was for him, which instantly brought out AJ Styles for a big pop. Gunther taunted the Phenomenal One, to which the Hall of Famer responded with a nasty slap. You ain't gonna do nothing. Styles could be overheard telling the Ring General. That's what I thought. Nothing, Styles said before dropping the mic and exiting, leaving Gunther dismayed. This was a disappointing, uninspired segment creatively. Styles pulled a Gunther's punk card, which will only fuel the heel to avenge the humiliation, but that was nothing else to the segment. So, really, if we're really heading into this with Gunther, you know, avenging fucking humiliation and embarrassment, I mean, and him being Styles' first opponent before his retirement, I think what's going to happen, guys, is AJ's retiring this year. So I think AJ's going to spend half of his time in WWE, and then he's going to finish it off back home. He's going to go back to TNA. He's going to finish it off there. So, yeah. Good luck for whatever time he's got left. AJ Styles. Backstage, Styles and Gunther convened at Adam Pearce, who made a match between them two next week in Germany. Officially. In the arena, though, Maxine Dupri and Becky Lynch wrote the latest chapter in their rivalry, with the former defending her women's IC champion against the latter. The champion frustrated her challenger early on and often firing up and entering the commercial break. Back from the timeout, Dupri fired up, going blow for blow with the greatest of all time. She splashed her. Is that right? She splashed her in the corner, added a fisherman's suplex, and pulled down the straps as she upped the intensity. Dupri caught Lynch in an ankle lock, but the heel made it to the ropes to force a break, so the babyface reapplied it. But Lynch countered into a disarmer, only for Dupri to regain the control of her submission hold. They fought up to the top rope, where Lynch delivered a superplex and transitioned right into a DDT for a 2 count. The action continued, though. Neither woman was able to grab a substantial advantage, yada, yada, yada. So Dupri added another ankle hold. This time, though, Becky did exactly what she did to, who was it? Was it Charlotte? When she turned around, she rolled up Charlotte. I think it was Charlotte. She did this too before. Or it was Nikki Bella. She did it. I remember the exact thing she did. She rolled out of the hold and leaned backwards, grabbed the bottom rope to steal the victory and the title. So Becky regains the women's IC champion, becoming a 2-time women's IC champion. Interesting. I don't know about this. Maybe they're just gonna keep. Maybe they're just gonna keep the title back on Lynch until there's actually somebody worth giving a damn to take it off of her. And because her husband's still out. Damn it. Great to be though. We had 2 okay promos. You see, we had the Usos promo and the Vakir promo. So fresh off of a World Tag Team Championship victory over AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, the Usos celebrated with the WWE Universe before cutting a promo in which they reminded the fans who the greatest tag team of all time is. They challenged anyone and everyone who wants to step to them in 2026 to close out the promo. I think that was good. Honestly, for the promos, all the way around. But the beatdown angle was pretty good. From there, Jackie Redmond introduced the Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vakir, who limped to the ring. Of course, her left foot in a walking boot. She cut a promo discussing her success last year before echoing the words of the Usos by saying she wants more challengers. So Raquel Rodriguez attacked from out of nowhere and brutalized her ankle until referees and Pierce put an end to the assault. And probably fined fucking Rodriguez. Cut from there, we get to Liv Morgan and Lyra Valkyria. Man, screw this. Skip. No. So in her first match back in nearly 7 months, Liv Morgan squared off with Lyra Valkyria in singles competition. Roxanne second the former world champion on one side, and Bayley backed the former IC champion on another. So Morgan flexed her mean streak entering the commercial break, setting the pace of the match. Back from the timeout, Valkyria mounted a comeback until Morgan cut her off with a devastating code breaker. Remember what Adam Pearce said about breaking down walls, huh? From there, Chaos ignited Supreme on the arena floor with a Prodigy attacking the role model, only for Bayley to snap and chase her out of the ring with a steel chair. The distraction allowed Morgan to catch Valkyria with the Oblivion for the win. Great a C+, and honestly, there's nothing to this because this feels a little bit repetitive. It looks like they have Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, and a feud with the Judgment Day for right now. But we get to our main event. Sponsored by Stranger Things. In the most hyped Raw main event in months, Punk defended the World Heavyweight Championship against Braun Breaker. So Punk out-wrestled the Badass early, but coming out of the commercial break, the challenger controlled the pace. Thanks to his ferocity, speed, strength, advantage, he systematically punished Punk, wearing him down and rocking him with a knee to the face before countering to a go-to-sleep attempt with a gutbuster for 2. See, Breaker attempted his sprint around the ring, but Punk caught him with a flying clothesline, downing the challenger ahead of the commercial break. A miscalculation on the heel's part left him writhing on the mat, allowing Punk to deliver his trademark elbow drop for 2. Breaker recovered and delivered the Frankensteiner from the top rope for a 2 count as well. But as the action intensified, of course, distractions and interferences were always going to happen. The Visions, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory attempted to interfere, but Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee made the save to fight the heels out of the arena. So good for them. Breaker set up a spear, but caught into the ring post. Punk caught him on the rebound, delivering Go to Sleep to the challenger, but he kicked out at 2. He added an ugly pile driver, and Breaker kicked out of that. The heel applied a Fujinari armbar. Nice to see that. Or Fujura armbar, which Punk escaped from and applied the Anaconda Vice, but Breaker overpowered him, staring him in the face, not showing any emotion, breaking. Delivered another gutbuster again, followed by a clothesline for a near fall. Breaker tried to disrespect Punk by delivering his own finishing move. Instead, the Best in the World countered out and into an STF. The second-generation competitor fought his way to the ropes and forced a break. So, Heyman caught a distraction. Breaker would then go for, what was it? Punk knocked him out and tried to, Breaker got thrown out of the ring. Punk went for a suicide dive, but Breaker rocked him with the right hand. He then drove him through the announce table from the top rope, which was cool. Thinking he was going to go for a spear, Punk caught him with a knee to the face and delivered one GTS for the win. So Punk retained the title, and I would say a B+. Now, it's kind of funny. Punk wore a blue and yellow varsity jacket, much like Rick Steiner, Braun Breaker's father, did at the height of his Hall of Fame career. So, yeah, I think, like, these run-ins with the Vision and all of that was unnecessary. Yes, it continues that part of the story, and we have gotten exactly the same finish without the overbooking. So, yeah, it was a pretty good main event, and they didn't waste any time. They just closed out the show after Punk won. So, yeah, this was a great fucking... Of course they're going to have Punk retain, you know? It's not time for Breaker yet. Not time for Breaker yet. Yet. Almost, though. Almost. But what was the final grade? Well, for a show that had much hype, pomp, and circumstances, including a Stranger Things theme, this felt surprisingly like any other episode of Raw. That was not necessarily a bad thing. The opening and main event were great. Becky once again proved why she is the best to ever do it. There was a hot injury angle with Rodriguez and Vakir, and Styles and Gunther set up for next week in Germany as they go on their, of course, holiday tour. And they will be starting in Berlin this week. They will be in Berlin this week, so look out for that. Obviously, we will be getting it will be happening probably around 3 or so. So we know that the new start time is 2 p.m. on Netflix on Monday next week. So look out for that. 2 p.m. in the U.S. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what the Pacific would be. Probably, it would be 3 hours. We're 3 hours behind. So what? Yeah. 11? So 11 o'clock, I think, Pacific. But anyway, all of that probably was not enough to win over the portion of the fan base that demands massive surprises, social media moments, and storyline developments every week. Still, this was a solid show with great in-ring action, and it kicked off the year on the right foot and gave fans a taste of what is to come from Breaker in the main event setting. Graded a B+, and there's still more Jericho, like after Pierce teases it. Fucking more Jericho tease. He's probably, I guarantee to you guys, I guarantee you this, because we're going to be live streaming the Royal Rumble. I guarantee to you, Jericho is showing up at the Royal Rumble. I'm saying it right now. I'll say it right now. Jericho is showing up at the Royal Rumble. First fucking Raw of the year. Jericho's going to show up at the Royal Rumble, and he's probably going to have a match with AJ Styles. Calling right back 10 years ago. 10 fucking years ago. Go right back and have a match with Jericho. AJ Styles came in, fresh hot, and he had a match with Jericho at WrestleMania. Jericho's going to come back. He's going to fight fucking AJ Styles. I feel like it's going to happen. It's the right call to make. So Jericho could be coming. I think he's coming at Royal Rumble. We'll have to wait and see. But what did you guys think of Raw? Let me know in the comments down below. Everything felt pretty good. If there's anything to go out of your way and see on YouTube, it is the Women's Tag Team Championship match. It is, of course, probably the main event, honestly. Probably the best thing to go see. Everything else was mid in the middle. So, yeah. I will be back next week to give you guys what went down on Monday Night Raw. When I get out of work, I will be catching it because I'm not going to catch it during work. So, yeah. And then, of course, I will be back on Friday. I hope you guys liked Lewis coming back. He will be back next week, too, hopefully. Royal Rumble predictions should be fun. They should be made. Should be coming soon too. We're gonna have everything set up. We're gonna be doing everything downstairs. You guys are gonna see. We're gonna have a good setup downstairs. See how all that works. You guys will see it. But yeah, we're gonna move some things around. Obviously, set up the living room to show you guys. But yeah, I'll be back on Friday, and I'll be back next week to do the Raw and SmackDown review. Until next time, I will see you guys, and I see you guys. Peace.